Hi folks, Joblot Comics here, having a look at an old Bronze Age Marvel. It's Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. It's got a great cover. There's Spidey there. Keep back, Hulk. You'll free this prisoner, blah, blah, blah. And Hulk will smash. Who do you think did this cover? I'm leaning towards Jim Starlin. What do you think? I could be wrong. I think I might be right, though. It looks very Starlin-esque. Bought this really cheap, but there's a reason that it was really cheap, and I'll show you that reason as we flick through this book. Here's the credits. Len Wayne doing the writing, Jim Mooney and Frank doing the inks there. This is A Friend in Need, and Spidey's already under attack in the splash page. It's from 1974. There we go. Surrender, Spider-Man, don't force us to kill you. Yeah, that's how you open a comic. Yeah. I don't want to see my superheroes lounging around in a splash page or having an in-depth conversation. I want to see them getting shot and having to escape. And turns out, of course, it's not Spider-Man. It's the Chameleon. Hey, come on. You remember Spidey's very first costume fold, don't ya? Yeah, I wish I had that issue, though. Which I don't. There we go. Here's the real Spidey doing his thing. Spider-Man was always getting framed. They're always doing it. And then if you go back to those old Lee and Ditko books, even one day ended up in a psychiatrist's office. And he thought he was going nuts. He wasn't going nuts. Do you know what it was? It was Mysterio trying to drive Spidey nuts. And then, yeah, that happened a lot. So, you know, I like these sort of earlier issues of Marvel Team Up with Spider-Man was in tow with somebody else. Some of them were rubbish. Some are really, really good. This is quite a good one, I think. And I quite like Spider-Man and the Hulk together because it's two like real Marvel heavy hitters. And then facing off against each other. And I quite like when they used to do that. Do you know what? I think, see if the Hulk grabbed you like that and then threw you. If you weren't Spider-Man, you'd be in a lot of trouble, you know? And then, you know, I always think Hulk's bigger than this. Do you know what I mean? Like, Spider-Man doesn't look... I mean, look at his wee short leg and his big foot. I don't know, I always thought Hulk was much bigger. Did Hulk have that kind of whack, whack, whack? Did you have artistic license? You know, when you were drawing the Hulk, then you would kind of... He would kind of fill the frame as required. Here's the layers page. Don't know who Pat Hanner is. Ken Valentine, Richard Leonards. I, for one, would love to see a Spider-Man zombie team up. Zombies are fantasy. That's what comics are all about. But I think that nudity and violence should not be in comics. If it were, most of the enjoyment in fantasy would no longer be there. And that's from Dr. Wertham, apparently. Right, here we go. This is why I got this book really cheap. Because some meatball cut the Marvel value stamp out. Oh! I know. Always check your Bronze Age, guys, because, you know, sometimes you think, oh my god, this is so cheap, I'm getting a real bargain here. Then you open it up and the Marvel value stamp's gone. And, you know, see if you're just going to read that comic. Yeah, who cares, you know? I think I paid 75 pence for this book in the UK. That's about $28 in the US. So, it's really, really, really cheap. And, you know, I just wanted to have it and look at it and then maybe show you guys it. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, there it is. Subscribe. I was doing okay there for a bit and there was people subscribing. The poor fools. And then I thought, I wonder if I'm not doing this YouTube thing properly. Because then it kind of slowed down a wee bit, yeah. Look at this stuff you could buy. But somebody on YouTube, because I watch YouTube, and somebody said, you know, in the middle of your video, just stop it and say, hey, you guys, hit that subscribe button. And I hope the people will just hit the button just now and subscribe. So there's a button there to subscribe, and then there's a button there so that when I put a new video up, and I do put videos up every day. Ooh, and actually I've been quite good at doing it, yeah? Do you ever read these? So subscribe. Look. military stuff, spectacular sound effect adventures, driving on your vacation, unique pocket-size gas calculator, a potato gun, a pen friend, hand-tooled wallets, how to make money, detective course. Do you know, I would do that. Song and lyric writers, yeah. Secrets of successful classified advertising. These adverts here are the 1970s equivalent of people on YouTube trying to sell you their course. Look, Marvel comic checklist and price list, 48-page Marvel pocket checklist with separate DC comic list and protective comic bag, all three for 50 cents. That's about 2 pence in the UK. And that's from Robert Bell in New York. And then look, comic book cards. Surveying pays big. This one here always intrigued me. Monster Ghost obeys your command, over 7 feet tall. I guarantee you, this is like the Silver Age, the Bronze Age version of Temu here. You get that, and it's going to be a balloon with a bit of cloth attached to it, isn't it? Imported birds for hunting. What the? Look, a real switchblade comb. An outstanding bicycle lock. Look at this goofball. Enjoy an exciting romantic look. Impressive anytime. What is that? It's a sticky on facial hair kit. Oh, see, if you were around the 70s and you ordered these things and you're in America, please let me know what they were like. I feel it's a mystery in the UK that we never solved. Meanwhile, good Lord, how does the chameleon's face work? Because look at it, he's just like, he's got a silver head, right? So how did he's not even got eyeballs there, so how does the mask and everything work? Yeah. And how does the mouth move? And why don't people recognise him right away? Because it's just like this rubbish mask. There's my Kung Fu boys. Rick is gone and no face is back. Oh, good Lord. Oh, you can see his eyes there. So maybe you could see the eyes. How did the mouth move? Here's Spidey, stopping the Hulk from shaking the chameleon to death. And then a giant spider web. Blast, the car's completely snarled. There we go. The cop takes out the chameleon and then... I didn't mean to. He startled me. I thought he was going to attack. God's name, Joey. Why? Why, chameleon? Joey. Even the villains back in the 70s, yeah, there was a bit of empathy there. Blast, the Hulk is escaping spiders out here. Why in blazes? Yeah, why in blazes indeed? Why aren't you doing something? And then G. Jonah gets a mouthful of webbing. These cops are going. And the next issue is Spider-Man and Hercules, where Hercules pulls a whole island. So, there you go. I love these old Marvel team-ups. Yeah, they're great. I'm sure that's a Jim Starlin cover. It doesn't say anywhere, but you can tell with the face, I think. Can you see that face? I met Jim Starlin once at a convention in Scotland. He was so cool. It was a small convention. God knows how they got him. And he did a quick head profile shot of Captain Marvel for me, which I have up on my wall. And he was really cool. And in Scotland, we've got a kind of soft drink, what do you call it, a soda, called Iron Brew. And it's like meant to be like Scotland's national drink sort of thing. And it was really in Scotland, it used to be, you would drink Iron Brew because it was like a hangover cure. So everybody always had cans of Iron Brew in the house. And I says to Jim Starlin, hey Jim, you ever had Iron Brew? And he said, no. And I said, right, let me get you a can of Iron Brew. And I bought Jim Starlin a can of Iron Brew, and he let me take a photograph of him holding this can of Iron Brew. And he was really cool. He was dead down to earth. He was really nice. He did the drawing for me and everything. And he was probably thinking, what am I doing in this strange country? And he wrote up, buy these cheap if you see them because they're always good value. Please subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good weekend.